Alright guys, we are on our way to pick up the cheapest Arctic Cat Prowler that I could find on Facebook Marketplace. We're gonna go check it over, see what's up with it. Hopefully it's not something too catastrophic, but you never know. So let's go take a look at it, see if it's worth picking up. Alright, well I decided to take a chance on it. It looks fairly decent. It said it didn't start. They tried putting a new battery in it. So we're gonna bring it back to the shop, get it cleaned off, and go through diagnosing things and see if we can get it to start. Alright, well I picked it up. This is an Arctic Cat Prowler 700 XTX. And it does have a few issues. The rear bed doesn't unlatch. It looks like the oil is a little bit too full. It's got some Dirt Commander tires on there that look pretty good. The dump bed is still working, and it also has a ton of just grass just stuck up underneath it. So I'm going to pull it all apart and wash all this out. Also looks like the vent line to the gas tank needs replaced. Alright, I'm going to look over this and see what's wrong with it, see if we can fix it up. Used to be sunset orange color, kind of a rattle can job. We need a new pre-filter. We may need to check the coil, and the oil was filled up too full. I noticed that, and may need a fuel pump. Fuel pump is one of the things that they said is probably the problem with it, and we'll also need a battery for it as well. It is nice and clean. I pulled off as many plastics as I could to wash it out, get all the gunk out of there, and it's got, for the 2010 models, this is different from the 2009 or 8 I had. It's got the sound deadening panel on the back here, goes right along the bed, so it cuts down a little bit more noise back there, I guess. Just diagnose all the problems that it's got. We're gonna check codes, change fluids. The goal is to go through, get this thing running and driving properly again, and figure out what's wrong with it. So let's go. This Prowler has 26-inch Dirt Commander tires on it. I'm curious to see how those do. They're probably going to be real similar to our Bighorn style tires that I'm running, the Mess FX tires. So probably real decent in dirt and gravel. When I got this, the owner said they had replaced the fuel pump and just still not running. So I've already pulled a lot of the plastics and the seats off, so we're just going to get down in here and see what's up with it. Did check it over before I bought it, and the oil is filled up way too full, so that may be causing too much oil pressure in the engine and may not want to turn over easily. So we'll go ahead and change the oil and the filter, get that to the proper level. Hopefully that doesn't cause any issues internally in the engine. If you run these low on oil, it'll cause issues to the crankshaft and possibly ruin the internals of the engine running low on oil. Another thing I want to check is the fuel pump, make sure that is getting the correct pressure so it is running properly. First things, I think I'm going to drain the oil, change the oil filter, check that fuel pump, make sure it's getting the correct pressure. We've got a few things to change, like this air filter. This pre-filter here is kind of chewed up, mouse eaten a little bit. We'll go ahead and check the codes, see if there's any codes on it, clean out all the air ducts, make sure that it's getting clean air. We'll probably go ahead and drain the gas and put new gas in it, resync the EFI system on it, make sure everything's good there, check the spark plug gap, and maybe even replace the plug. That should get us started and get us a good idea of what we're working with. Overall, the drivetrain looks okay. Axles and boots seem decent on it. It is a 2010, so it's a little bit older machine. Dump bed works. The latches on the tailgate, one of them is not releasing, so that is not opening. This side will go, but this side, you can see the little latch in there, is not latching properly, so we'll look into that. Part of that could be this issue right here, the bed being cracked a little bit, so we'll go through all that. Up here, the rubber latches on the front are gone, so they just, you know, baling twine can fix anything. Suspension looks okay. Drivetrain looks okay. We'll check the diff fluid as well. Probably change that out. Check the coolant level. Might need a little bit more coolant in there. I don't see it up at the top of the fins. The seats are separating from the back, so I don't know if I can find glue to put those back together, or maybe just end up buying new seats for it. But that's another thing to do on it. So yeah, that's the project. Let's see if we can get it going. First thing I'm gonna do here is pull that oil, drain that out. You may need an extension for your socket to reach up under the prowlers. You can already see there's way too much oil in here.
It was at this moment he regretted his life decisions.
So there seemed to be a lot of coolant in the oil, so that either means there's a bad head gasket, which is what I'm hoping for, but it may be a cracked cylinder, because I've had to deal with that on these prowlers before, where it just blows up the piston, ruins the cylinder and the piston. Sometimes you get into the crankshaft, but we'll get in there, see what's wrong with it. This magnet looks normal, about the normal amount of gunk you'll get on a magnet. Go ahead and pull the battery from this ATV, stick it in the prowler, and see what kind of codes we're getting on it. Wasn't expecting to get coolant out of the oil. That could be head gasket or a cracked cylinder, so we'll have to check into that. We're gonna stick a battery in, see what kind of codes we can pull up. This is the only models you'll do this on that have this diagnostic plug like this. Newer models or the silver ECU models, your display will show up what codes you have, so you won't need a diagnostic pin. On the Alteras, you don't need the diagnostic pin, it'll just show up on the display as well. These older styles that have these pins, you'll go with the 2 connections on the end. Alright, this is just if you don't have a diagnostic plug. You can come down here to your plug, stick in a copper wire right like this, and it'll just stick it in the 2 end. It has the 2 terminals there. There'll be 2 more down here and 1 over on this side. You just want the 2 on the very end. Then we'll just flip on the gauge. You've got 24. That's all I'm seeing. So SC is your stored codes, AC is your active codes. Alright, well, SC24 is the ignition coil, and wouldn't you know it, that might be part of the issue. They've got this electrical tape, didn't have a good connection or something, so they tried to patch it. So I'll probably pull this tape off and inspect that, just see what's going on. Probably end up getting a new coil for this. That is SC24, is your coil wire. That doesn't explain why there's coolant in the oil. So we'll have to go in deeper and figure out what's going on there. So there's a lot of coolant in the oil when I drained that. We've got some codes on this machine, so stick around for the next video. We're gonna dive into this, see what we can do to fix it, see what's wrong with it, do some more diagnosing on what is causing all this, and be sure to subscribe, follow along, and I'll see you in the next one.